Guys, Bram Constein here, who has a great YouTube channel, Bitcoin Maxi, he says, "Oh no, people I don't like are using Bitcoin. Now I want to sell." And I said, well, there's a difference between people I don't like and then people who are committing serious crimes against humanity. This is a conversation that Bitcoiners are going to have, whether they want to or not. It's a big one. And, these Bitcoin maxes are like writing it off like, oh, yeah, whatever. Some guy used Bitcoin that we don't like. Oh, this guy committing crimes across the world. We don't like he's using Bitcoin. I believe this is a bigger deal than you guys think. I think it's grounds. If you want to sell because of that, I don't blame you. I think out of all, I've been here for 9 years now at this point, guys. I'm going to start using the number 9 now. And still no 589 XRP, motherfucker. So I wouldn't blame you if you sold Bitcoin for this reason. It's a lot different than the other FUDs that we've gotten over the years, fear, uncertainty, doubts. You have the China using Bitcoin, China banning Bitcoin. That was the go-to for the elites, the scam, like for the last 10 years. And it wasn't working. It got old real quick. Nobody sold because of that anymore. It got old real quick. And then you had Gary Gensler, SEC lawsuit that put a dent in the market. You had every single wartime event. Anytime Trump said something about war, anytime Trump said something about Iran, you would dip and you dip and pump. So these are all things that don't really matter. I mean, they matter, they're big, but this is different. You have Bitcoin mentioned in the Jeffrey Epstein files, and you have a lot of other things being bought and sold using cryptography that don't really make sense for us. So I'm thinking, like, was this system put here, Bitcoin specifically, to do these kind of dastardly deeds? I know we're talking about a lot about Jeffrey Epstein, but you guys, I don't know why people do say things like this. Oh no, people I don't like are using Bitcoin. It's not that small, dude. Like, these are elites, they are billionaires and billionaires, and you guys are sitting here taking this news, this positive news every month, every week, every year. Like TMI only puts out positive news, and then you invest, and then the price goes down, and then you find out something like this. Jeffrey Epstein is using Bitcoin. So I think there's two ways to look at this. There's a fork in the road. You hold your Bitcoin, you take the route of, okay, even though these people are using this thing for dastardly deeds, it could still go to $1 million. They could push that pump button anyway. It doesn't matter. He could be right. It doesn't matter that people we don't like are using Bitcoin. It doesn't matter that criminals across the world, serious criminals committing really bad crimes, are using this coin. But it could still go to $1 million, and you'll make a fuck ton of money. So does it? I don't know. You guys got to make a decision on that. I'm not selling. You know me. I'm not going to sell, because I think this is a psyop. I think there's another psyop, and I think, again, once you guys sell, they're going to pump that shit. And, guys, I'm getting tired of being right all the time. I really am. Listen to my last video. I literally said we'll probably go down to 63, $1.05 XRP, $1.10. I still hold to that, dude. Now I'm hearing articles and talk about war with Iran. You think that this is news that's going to pump Bitcoin? I don't think so. They are going to pump these things when you don't think they're going to pump. Look, I've got the Clarity Act here. Let's click on the Clarity Act. The Clarity, because you guys are like literally fucking waiting for the clarity. Like every single thing that the fucking YouTubers talk about, you guys like hold on to it like a big fat sack. You're like, Ooh, Clarity Act? Now I'm going to just say the word clarity for another 5 months. Ooh, lawsuit? SEC lawsuit? I guess I'm just going to start talking about SEC lawsuit for the next 6 months. And then everything goes away, and then nothing fucking happens. Look, Bird says, it's happening 17 hours ago. The Clarity Act will be signed. Alex Cobb breaking 90% chance Clarity Act is signed into law in 2026. Nobody gives a fuck. Haven't you guys learned yet after a year of being on my channel? Whenever you read shit like this, 90% chance of a pump, this is going to be signed into law and it's going to carry the price up to $100. It's not going to fucking happen when they do that. It's just not. You guys are fucking suckers. It's unbelievable. The Clarity Act. I'm going to list to you guys. I've already done this a million times for you guys. It was the new financial Then it was the Riddler. Then it was the Bearable guy. Then it was the fucking Riddlers. And then it was the SEC. And then it was Gary Gensler. He was, in the beginning, Gary Gensler, before he was hired, everyone was like, oh, he's a professor at MIT. He teaches cryptography. And then, dude tanked the fucking market. That was supposed to be a bull run right there. A good SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, coming in and giving us the clarity. Dude, that dude suppressed the market for 4 to 5 fucking years. After that, we had Swift. Swift was there since before 2019. What was after Gary Gensler? It was then that's when ISO 22222 came out. ISO 222222222 came out. All these Mason versus Lewis, Bearable suck. The ISO 222 clarity. Suck my fucking nuts. Nothing is gonna fucking happen with the Clarity Act. Nothing. And you guys will make no fucking money. And the price will go down more. Because you fucking idiots believe everything on YouTube. And that's why I'm here. That's why I have been created. To give you guys the fucking clarity on what's really fucking going on. Look at this. You think Brian Armstrong right here is on your fucking team? Guys, and this brings me into my next topic. You guys have convinced me to get back into silver. You have. I'm probably next paycheck. I'm gonna make a big silver buy, probably a couple $1,000s, and get back in at a $70 entry level. I sold all my silver at $55. I bought it back in COVID at like $19, guys. So I was a seller, but I don't regret selling. But it's time to get back into it. I think silver, dude, guys, you got to be sovereign. I think in the next 10 years. You're going to have to be really, truly sovereign. And I'm sorry, but, as much as these Bitcoin maxis and crypto people want to say crypto's sovereign, you're not sovereign, dude. Anytime you want to sell, you got to transfer that shit to Coinbase. You got to put the sell order in. If you want to buy, there's a paper trail, dude. There's a fucking paper trail. And anytime there's a paper trail, and that's why I'm almost tempted to say cash is better. And then you're going to say, again, well, so you see the system, the inflation. Yeah, but money is how you buy shit. And also, the elites cash out into cash. So with silver, I know you guys know silver. You guys always talk to me about silver. You guys are right. It is completely sovereign, especially if you're obviously buying the real stuff. And I don't know, guys. I don't think Bitcoin and crypto is as sovereign as we thought. I think we may have gotten scammed here. Not in sense of like a rug pull scam, like where a new NFT comes out, you throw a couple thousand in there, and then the developers leave the project. That's different. That's like straight up scam, straight up scamming. This kind of psyop that we've been part of is a long term. I think it's a long term psyop, and like I told you guys, the deflation is happening, right? Dude, you guys got in here. I remember how happy you guys were when we were at $3 XRP and $120,000 Bitcoin. You guys were telling me the 222. Wait till the Clarity Act. Wait, guys. I've been here for too long. I've seen too much. I can tell how fresh and new you guys are. It's fucking sad. Because I told you this deflation was going to happen. I told you that you don't buy when the fear and greed index is in the green. Now is the time to buy. When everyone's mad and questioning and pissed off and saying Jeffrey Epstein's using Bitcoin. I mean, now is the time. This is max fear, max pain. Now is the time to buy, guys, if you still believe in this market. I'm not selling what I have, but I'm not buying anymore. And I'm telling you guys, I'm sure you guys can tell I tell you the truth, because I told you guys a few months ago that I was putting about $400 in every month. I have since stopped that because I'm good. I've got such a big spread. I don't need to put any more money in. I've got price buys at this point here already where we're at $1.35. I've got buys there. I had buys at $2.50. I had buys at 55 cents. I had buys at 25 cents. I had buys at 75 cents. So it just keeps moving in the path that I've created here. And, I'm done. I'm bored of it. I'm done. I got enough. I don't need any more. I don't need to listen to more of this ISO 222 crap. It just sits there and it just keeps going down. So, but remember, you guys don't care about price action. You guys are okay with losing your money. And you guys are okay with getting strung along by these fucking YouTubers like Versluis and Wendy Slut O and Bearable Suck and Digital Suck and Moon Lambo Suck and all these fucking idiots that have been here doing ISO 222 and Clarity for the last 8 years. Okay? You guys are all about the utility, and you will not be selling when XRP goes to $100. You're going to just sit there and let it go back down to zero. That's what you guys are going to do. All right. Thanks for listening. And I don't want to tell you guys about this, but there's a lot of confusing stuff going on that has not come up in this market in previous years. This is brand new stuff, and I think you need to hold. That's my opinion. I think you need to hold through this Jeffrey Epstein bullshit, this fear and shit. It's just another fear to shake you guys out, just like the China shit. But they realized that the China shit wasn't working anymore, so they had to get you on some harder shit. So do not get suckered into this. Now is the time. If you did want to make some buys, now's the time. We're in max fear. Peace, guys. Have a good one.